There you go. All right. As we wind down, everybody's got a different opinion on what they think is going to make them money in this business. And I break it down into three things: goals, plans, motivation. All right. Example, I had a guy in an advanced group. I asked him how long you've been in the car business. He said 3 years. All right. And we were at this section of the training where we're going to talk about how to set and, more importantly, achieve goals. So I said, what's your goal? What do you want to make next year? And for some reason, it's the magic number. You know, I want to make $100,000. Okay, great. I threw him a curveball. I said, why didn't you make $100,000 last year? Because my next question was going to be, what makes you think you are this year? But I needed to hear his reasoning. And he told me, the bank stopped buying, inventory was wrong, some of the advertising didn't work. In other words, he blamed everybody but himself. Now, all of those things are legitimate factors. You know, we talked about it yesterday. What if the ad doesn't work? All right. So setting a goal and saying, I want to make $100,000. It's not enough. Not the money. I mean, you can make the money whatever you want, but just wanting to. I want to win the lottery. I want to go to Hawaii. So,
what you gonna do to get there?
Exactly. All right. And we're going to talk about creating a plan to get you where you want to be, because it's math. The beauty of math, it's a science. It's exact. If you do the math, the outcome is going to be exactly where you want it to be. What happens is we look at outcomes, and if you're one of the few who does the math, you look at the math and say it's too complicated and forget about the outcome.
Reverse engineering.
That's it. That's all it is. All right? But the key is you have to change one word. Want. I want to make $100,000.
Going to.
You have to. All right? You know, the old example, people say, well, let me ask you a question. If one member of your family needed a life-saving operation that was $100,000, do you just want it or do you have to have it? All right? Because if you have to have it, we push a little harder, we get a little more creative, we don't stop until we get there because it's that important. Well, if this is what you want, make it that important. All right? I'm going to skip the plan for a second and go to motivation. Everybody talks about motivation like it's so important. It's the end all. You know, and I've been all over the world as a motivational speaker. Well, motivation is like a suntan. You know, you get burnt the first couple of days, you have that glow, and then it peels, fades, and is gone. Motivation is not that big a deal. Let me ask you a question. If they said to you, you could be in perfect shape doing 100 sit-ups a day, which ones have the most impact? The first 95 or the last 5?
Last 5.
Last 5. But why can't we just skip to the last 5?
Got to work to get there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right? So it's not, I feel good about what I'm going to do. All right? It's when you don't feel good about what you have to do, but you do it anyway. You know, you look at baseball and they talk about a pitcher. Sometimes when their arm is a little tired, their pitches are actually better. Their pitches do what they need to do because they're a little bit fatigued. They're pushing themselves. They're getting out of their comfort zone. So you can forget this. Okay? Motivation is great. Motivational books, motivational speeches, it has a place, but not in the plan. All right? Because I will tell you, with zero motivation, if you follow the plan, as you get closer to your goal, you start to feel pretty darn good. See, it's not essential. It's nice to have. All right? But here's the plan. $100,000. I'm going to make it real easy. Let's just say that the average commission is $250. I'm low, but it's easy math. Okay? So, if we do it this way, all right? Let's see, we take out that, we do that, right? And what do we need? We need to sell
100
cars. Okay? Is that right? 400 cars. At $250 a piece, that's $100 grand. It's a lot of cars. Okay, 90%, 99% of the people that came up with 100 grand quit right here. Math just got too hard. All right? But you've got 12 months. All right? And that's roughly 35 cars a month. Out of the remaining 2%, most of them are gonna quit at 35 because nobody here has done 35 cars before. All right? But, you know, if you say that you're working 25 days, we're talking about 3 cars, I think, every 2 days. All right? Does that seem a little bit more realistic than doing 400? Same math. Same math. All right? But if you got this to 400, okay? If you earned $400 a car, you're now down to only have to deliver 250 cars a year, which is just a little over 20 cars a month. Is it doable? It's just math. All right? It's just math. Figure out your numbers and work it backwards. Now if you're doing 20, you're doing less than a car a day. You're doing like 4 cars every 5 days. Oh, I can do that. Oh, okay. Make your adjustments. That's your plan, right? But if it's a plan, you've got to track it. If you find your commissions going down, you've got to figure out a way to get your volume up. Well, maybe that means you've got to call or find a few more orphan owners. Maybe that means you've got to go to a couple more business events. All right? Remember, it's always plus one. What can I do to get one more? If you start thinking about how you're going to sell 10 more cars, you're going to give up. It's overwhelming. But if you figure out how to sell one more, then you just got to come up with another idea to sell another one. A little bit more doable, staying with your plan. Does that make sense? Once you have your plan, your life changes. Because now all it is adjusting. Same plan, just adjust. I need to step it up. I can take it easy. Nobody looks at that side of the plan. I'm ahead of schedule. I'm going to take a breather. I'm going to recharge my batteries. I'm going to get creative. And now you can actually exceed the plan. All right? Does that make sense, everybody?
Mm-hmm.
All right? So have the goal. That's important. You got to have something to shoot for. But commit to it. Make it a have to. All right? Don't worry about the motivation. It'll take care of itself. But do your plan. Do your math. It's just homework. Right? And if you reduce it, whatever the number is, whatever the plan is, if you reduce it to a day, what do I have to do today? Then the worst thing that can happen to you is you throw that day away. Too many guys set an annual goal and check it out 9 months from now and blow off the year. If you reduce it to a day, the worst thing you're going to do is have a bad day as opposed to a bad year. It's easy to recover from a bad day. Just have a good day tomorrow. It's tough to recover from a bad year. That puts a lot of businesses out of business. And we all talk about it. You guys are a business within a business. All right? So do it. Set your goal and work on your plan. The motivation, like I said, will take care of itself. If I thought it would help, I'd just give you all my motivational books and say, here, you're all set. It's not enough. It's a piece. It's entertainment. It's just to keep you going. When you're a little sore, or you pulled a muscle, or, you know, that one extra push. All right? Bring each other into the mix. You know, encourage each other. Because when you do that, when you boost somebody else, you're lifting yourself up too. You know, it's as easy as pie. And just don't quit. Adjust. Don't change your commitment. Change a little bit of your plan. Make that adjustment and make up the difference. We've all done it. We've all done it, right? You go through a semester in school and you're coasting at a C. Right? And dad or mom tells you, if you come home with another C, you're going to be grounded. Well, in the last month, you got to take, all you did was adjust the plan. The math is the math. It's as simple as that. Okay?